Hi, I'm here at the RAI in Amsterdam for Identity Week Europe 2024. I'm speaking to Lilly Schmidt now, who's the programme lead of the Showcase project, Secure Digital Identities, which is led by the European School of Management and Technology in Berlin. It's really great to catch up with you at the event. I hope you're enjoying meeting everyone who's here, networking and listening to our sessions.
Yeah, it's great, thank you.
We'll touch on the EDIAS 2.0, which is passed earlier this year. Does the regulation consider all applications of ID across the EU states, bearing in mind, some countries are probably more advanced digitally than others? How do those economic, social factors play against each other?
So one thing that I would say is that it already covers quite a lot. So there was the first regulation, the EDIAS, the first one, and now throughout the new regulation, the EDIAS 2, they extended their horizon. So in that sense, they've covered more than before, which is really good. But other than that, they have been neglecting some very specific points in where inclusion of some groups has been challenging to some countries. Or in the case of Germany, for example, we've had the challenge to bring out any technological solution at all. So in that sense, we've been really trying to give some technological coverage of everything, but of course everything will have to be adjusted throughout the time. Something that we can't see at this point yet is that the implementation acts are still being written. So that means that we actually don't know every single detail at this point, but I believe that there will be quite a significant coverage of technological solutions.
And to advance Germany's status really within the digital identity landscape, are you working with other countries who maybe are more advanced in this? Estonia, for example?
Yeah. So in the history of the German EID coverage or EID implementation, we have had many delegations to more advanced countries like Estonia, for example. So there were every legislation, there was a delegation going to Estonia or other countries to basically get inspired by their approach to digital identities. Something that we've been struggling with is to apply to our own country, especially because we have a very specific context, I would say, of a political system, because we have a federal state. So every single state has a different approach to how they want to offer digital identities to their citizens. So that makes the challenge really big in order to really cover EID in the whole country.
You've outlined Germany's position compared to other EU states. What challenges lie ahead? What are the next steps to improving your digital identity ecosystem?
So we've had many different projects in Germany throughout the history of the EID implementation, which was back in 2010. So actually for quite a while we've had a working technological solution, but it hasn't been accepted in any way because there's no use cases. The classical hen and egg problem is that since no one's using the EID, the industry doesn't want to adapt it to their own system because it's simply not being accepted in the industry from numbers, but also from the citizens itself, because it's still, even though the technological solution is safe and it has a big privacy level, it's not quite useful and the user experience isn't great. So that's one of the biggest challenges that Lilly had. We just started a new project, that's kind of apart from my project. The Showcase project is something that is funded by the Ministry of Economics, for example. We try to cover many different levels, so cities, Länder, so like from the federal state, the so-called Länder, but also private sector companies, so banks and from the hotel industry. So we've tried to cover many different use cases there, but in the end, we are still just trying to see where we can actually apply digital identities in a really seamless way. And we've seen some challenges, and then now what I'm trying to come at is the new project that was just launched by the Ministry of Interior, because they are mainly focusing now on digital identities. They have started the so-called consultation process, which is kind of the first approach like that for the EUDI wallet that's being implemented by every member state, is that to ask for the expertise from all levels, so citizens, from private sector, but also from the government, to everyone to cooperate together and to implement the EUDI wallet together. But this has now just started, so we are now laying ahead from many years of trying to come up with a really good wallet solution, and we'll see how that will work out.
Thank you so much for talking to me today. I hope you enjoy the rest of the conference.
Thank you.
Thank you.